Hey, welcome back, everyone. The Four Horsemen, where are they? They didn't show up. The truth is, I have been trolling everyone. There is no Four Horsemen. It's just me, just fucking with you all. Uh, that is not true. Not true. They are here. I'm going to bring them in one by one. If anyone wants to try and guess who they are in the comments, I think a few people already know anyway. But if you want to try and guess who they are, I'll bring them in one by one. So I'll bring the first one in now.
Oh, sorry to disappoint you all. Sorry to disappoint you. I'm back.
Yeah, we were just talking before the show, and we thought we'll just troll everyone and pretend they don't exist, because that was almost the case in the end anyway.
Yeah. We've made it though. We've made it.
We have. I asked people to guess. No one's guessed. I know one of the guys no one will guess. The other one, there's a chance. Yeah, definitely a chance. But, well, no one's guessed anyway, so we'll just bring him in.
Let's do it.
Hey, going?
Oh, keeping at it. Weekend on this.
Yeah. So we've got three of the Four Horsemen here. Now we're going to bring in the one that no one knows. And he's a legend of a bloke. So a few people probably know him from Instagram chats or whatever. But yeah, legend of a bloke. James.
That's too kind, mate. That's too kind. Hello, hi everybody. How we doing, lads?
Yeah, good to have you on. We've never met before, so I never even heard you speak before, actually. So,
no. That's we've only just literally been chats for all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I've never even spoken to you before, and I've got $400 of your merchandise here. Me covered.
That's right. Yeah, still got to get that up, mate.
Yeah.
So, thank you for having me on, and it's good that we can finally come on.
Yeah.
It's taken forever and a day, but we're here.
I was just telling the boys before the chat, not Judder because he was late. I'm actually getting the flu again. Like, it's just hit me the last few hours, and it's just getting worse by the minute. So if it had hit me yesterday, I probably would have had to cancel. So I'm glad it didn't hit me. Sorry?
We could have kept it going. More anticipation.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if we had any more anticipation, like, people would just fuck off and wouldn't watch.
Probably.
So we should explain what it is. Like, I want to know myself I don't even know where the Four Horsemen came from. So what it is it's a group chat that four of us have, because we all sort of live within 3 hours. Me and Judder are the furthest apart, about 3 hours apart, and we see each other's areas on Facebook Marketplace. So we made the group chat so that, because we're all sending each other deals separately, we made the group chat so it's easier. So that's basically what the Four Horsemen are. I want to know how we became the Four Horsemen. I have no idea why.
I think James and Judder were both talking about, making a group and this and that, and just.
I know how the group came together. The name, like, who came up with the name? Like, I have no idea.
It definitely wasn't me, so it's definitely Judder there. Yeah,
I think it was James. It was definitely James.
Yeah, whatever.
I definitely wouldn't come up with something that lame to call a group chat.
I don't know, Judder. I'm in a few group chats I had to think about it the other day, actually, because I knew we were going to talk about this. I think you and I are in 8 group chats together.
I can't get that.
I think Brad is in 7 of them, and this is the only one he's not in. Like, we've got Supercoach, footy tipping, all that shit. So this show's group chat. So yeah, like, it's pretty funny. We quite often, Judder and I quite often end up having a big long. There's 8 people in a group chat. It's just me and Judder having a big long conversation together.
And often we continue that conversation in a different group chat, and nobody knows what the fuck we're talking about.
Yeah, 100%. All right. Well, we should say hello to the chat. We've been going for a bit. The Hub, first in this week. Sup. The Octopus. How you going? Raucous Reg. Bowden. How you going, man? Thrift and Oz Style. I am Aussie Matty. How you going? It's been a while. Secondhand Gang Vic. Aussie Tip Rat. Tash. The 5-month-old and I have the... Oh, that sucks. I hope I don't have it. I mean, I haven't had it yet, so it'd be good to just get it out of the way if I'm going to be sick anyway. Beer time. I think it's been beer time for Judder for most of the day, hasn't it? Furlong, my man. Judder, you're here. It is not Thrifty Pixie, no. Bit ironic the legless horseman sells jeans for a living. Dave, Recommerce Dave, how you going? Went into Carrum Down Savers on Friday, bought about 30 video games, but the sales guy said another guy just bought all the good ones. I'll tell you what, it's going to be in my video. I went to that Savers on Friday and I walked out empty-handed. I went to Narry Warren Savers. I walked out empty-handed. I went to a few oppies. I bought 1 Blu-ray and 7 DVDs from one oppie, and that was it for the whole fucking day. It was an absolute shit show. What time did you go in, Brendan? You probably cleaned them all out before I got there. Yeah, it was horrible. So my video is going to be pretty short. Where are we up to? Four Horsemen is a wrestling faction, surely, Judder? Could be. Star Reseller.
It's Christian shit, the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse.
Sarah. Chris collects things, and he also sells things. Where are we? Oz Riley. Racket Raiders, busy restocking the other side hustle. Nice. How's the you guys are doing the van life, I think, Rack Raiders? 3 p.m. I was in there before then. I left. That was the last one I went to, and I reckon I left about 2. So they fucking just put them out after I left. The pricks. Typical. Christian, my man. I was going to meet up with Christian, and he woke up sick on Friday. So
everyone's getting sick at the moment. It's gone around everywhere.
Yeah, I just got over it. It's so frustrating. But I've done a fuckload of drafts, so sort of preparing for it. Like my housemate's been sick, so I was worried that I was going to get it. So yeah, I did I think I did over 100 today, so I've got a few to cover. I had a few to cover me for a few days. So, and Toby, there you go, mates. That's it for the chat. So we should find out a bit more about you, James, because no one really knows much about you. I don't think you just went full time recently.
That is correct. Yes. Gosh, try and wrap it up in short, but basically, yeah, I'm not really one that is out there on the grams and has a really public page or anything like that. So I'm fairly sort of stealth, and I guess I talk to people here and there, so I might talk to quite a few people. Been working full time for forever, basically, since I've been 16 years old, doing different things, and I've always been into that kind of entrepreneurial business type mentality. And so basically my Instagram name, I did make one up. It's called Flip4Fam, and that was just literally just trying to think of something at the time, and I literally started selling on eBay as a side hustle for the family because we literally went down to one income. So yeah, I have 2 children, and they are 7 and just turned 5. My little girl just turned 5. And so basically that's where the selling on eBay kind of came. And it just basically, started. It was in, 2018 I started, just side hustling on it. And I just watched videos and just looked at other people doing it. And basically came from there. And so I was in a bit of a privileged position with my work because I was pretty much full-time on the road, traveling around, and this was all over Victoria. I was basically able to go into op shops everywhere.
That's
all around. Yeah, and I was staying in country, staying in regionals. So it was a very privileged position to be able to do that. So some of my best finds would come out in the regions, countries, places. So not all your metros. So in short, that's what it's been, just doing that, and it's just built up over time, and then talking to people online like you guys here, and just building up and just learning, getting more knowledge, just soaking it all up like a sponge, and just kind of like really loving the process. I've always loved it. I remember in high school when in my times, because I'm old, we had you remember Discmans? Like we had Walkmans and then Discmans where you play your CDs, and you'd always need batteries, your AA's. So my entrepreneurial thing back then was going into the supermarkets and stealing the big mega packs of batteries and selling him for like 50 cents each. And I was like raking it in. So I was able to buy like meat pies from lunch, from the canteen, stuff like that. And it went a little bit further. Like I had my first job was at McDonald's when I was like 14. And do you remember the McDonald's scratch? Well, they still do it. The scratch and wins McDonald's. Like I just used to steal stacks of those and get my sisters to scratch them all, and used to get the instant win Big Macs and all these different instant wins, and I'd sell those at school. So in short, like I just had that trying to scheme entrepreneurial mindset.
You're a shifty fucker.
Yeah.
I like the fact that you got your sister to scratch them all, so you even had a worker for you.
I employed my sisters and paid them in the scratch and wins as well. Like there you go, you can have some of those. So oh gosh, so that's where it's and then just working. So when family comes along, it sort of changes things, and you go down to one income. And then I've kind of thought about the whole full-time thing, but it's just been a process of building up. And then with the world going mad the last couple of years, it's kind of helped things to come along, and it's given me the opportunity, because I was working from home, and I decided it was time to transition and go give it a crack at full time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think one thing you said there that just sort of resonated with me was you always had the entrepreneurial sort of, like, I think everyone that's a reseller, that when they talk about when they started or whatever, they always say that, like, you can learn everything, but it's sort of like a passion in a way, like it's just something like. I remember one of my earliest memories, I was like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And this is so embarrassing, and I was making show bags that I was going to try and sell to my friends. Like, I didn't have bags. I was making the actual bags. I didn't put anything in them. I just like stapled paper together and then like drew on them and shit. Like, I don't think I ended up getting to the part where I tried to sell them or anything. But like, I've always been that way as well. Like,
you
even
had that drive. You had that drive inside you already.
Yeah. Even
I had a similar thing. I used to. My old neighbour used to leave his cigarettes on the little sort of thing, little bench there that he had out in his shed, which I could see out of the fence. So I used to flog them and sell them off at school for 50 cents each.
What about you, Pete? Did you have an early sort of?
Oh, I used to like the old. You remember how you had Tarzos? Like there were those old Dragon Ball Z Tarzos, and I'd trade 2 for 1s, and like the Digimon and the Pokemon toys. And my whole scheme was, I like your thing. I'll trade you 2 of yours for 1 of mine.
Yeah, nice. We'll catch up with the flip your family, it'll help reduce the costs. 100%.
That's true. Yes, I can flip them on.
James is one of the best resellers I've had the pleasure of knowing. Yeah.
Oh,
James
thank
is
you so
super
much.
knowledgeable. Like,
Very, very.
completely excited.
I think one thing you have that a lot of us don't have is a willingness to go right outside the box. Like you sent me a deal in the chat the other day for a golf putter, I think it was,
Yes.
and it was $250, and you said like
Yeah.
I have no idea about them, and you said like they're super expensive or whatever, and like my go-to was I can't be fuck shipping a golf club, like, but so like that's my mentality, but your mentality is the complete opposite. You're willing to branch out to anything, pretty much.
Yeah.
I think like I'm gonna talk. Oh, Sale. I'm gonna talk James up. I think what helps James as well is James' initiative to keep learning. Like he just wants to keep learning, ask questions just on anything, whether it's video games, whether it's anything. Just I see he's got so much eagerness to learn, and it's sort of inspiring as well. Just to say, like,
yeah. Thanks. Yeah, I don't think we can never stop learning. And I find it exciting to learn different categories. And particularly Jada will know this one. Like I'm from Sydney originally. Like I only moved down to Victoria in 2007 when I got married, and pretty much knew nothing about AFL at all. And so through Jada, my knowledge has expanded through teams, players, and what sort of sells in the AFL area. And so I will go to where the information comes and suck it out of them, basically.
And you've like we've been in contact for a few years now, back and forth, just about random stuff. But the football stuff, like you started picking that up a couple of years ago, and it's for someone that doesn't follow the sport, it actually fucking blows my mind what you know about it. Like you know more about AFL than what AFL fans know about AFL, and you don't even follow the sport now. And that's that comes back to exactly what Pete says. That comes back on. That's you. That's not people teaching you things. That's your eagerness to learn that subject. You've seen a possibility of making good money out of it because there is, whether it be issued stuff, whether it be vintage or whatever, and you can just pick specific things out, and you'd confidently buy things on eBay and places where prices are marked high. And some of the stuff you've picked up in the last just this year absolutely blows my mind, like epic pieces, and you're willing to pay that extra money knowing you're going to make big bucks on it. And that is once again what Pete said. That's credit to yourself because you've just got that keenness and the willingness to learn. And I reckon that's phenomenal. It's just how, considering you're a Sydney boy, you're not supposed to like Victorian sport.
This is true. Yes, Wayne gives me shit for being a league boy.
Yeah, we should point out that 2 weeks ago, or last week, I think it was 2 weeks ago, when we had to cancel, it was because James wanted to watch State of Origin.
That is true. That is true. I cannot deny that one.
But yeah,
I apologize to everyone. But yeah, that's that kind of took precedence, that one.
I mean,
so let's forget about it.
If it was the grand final, me and Jada wouldn't be sitting here talking on the live. We'd be watching the footy. So it's the same thing. So even though it is a shit sport. Daniel-son, here you go, mate.
I was going to say, like, just quickly too, what I was going to say before is that when I was getting into selling, I think most people that they might remember this, where I got into sort of the passion of the vintage stuff. People might remember, like I picked up the Bjork t-shirts, and that's where a lot of people sort of saw me on the Facebook Australian resellers page. So that was kind of where people go, oh, like, wow, like that's that was my biggest thing that blew me away, and it's like I couldn't believe it, and literally found these 3 Bjork t-shirts in one op shop, all $5 each, and one sold overnight for $1,000, and that was a moment that kind of blew up, and that's kind of like Christian as well when he found his vintage Akira like that kind of blew up as well. Everyone was like, wow, everyone gets excited. So yeah, that was a sort of pivotal moment when that happens.
I mean, I'm waiting for Jared to give me some shit, but yeah, I'm a big Bjork fan. That's a fucking
Yes, you are indeed.
We've got to be careful what we say on live, though.
Yes. What do you steal now? Tony, how you going?
Feels hard.
Yeah, Brad does. Yep. Never give the YouTube notifications are stuffed from me. Like
YouTube just is to the point now that they don't trust that the 4 Horsemen are actually going to turn up, so they don't bother. They're sick of sending out a notification every week to get fucking let down, so they've given up on us too.
I steal NBA basketball cards from the shops. I even got a Pamela Anderson Playboy card set back in '97. Those cards sold for a lot in the schoolyard. I probably stole a few basketball cards here and there, but I never flipped them. I just kept them, and then they became worthless over time. Good to see James live. That hair is inspiring. The pufferfish. Can't wait to find my blow-up piece.
It will come. It will come.
Let's not take that the wrong way.
I heard that wrong too.
Yes, I got a spare one if you want
it. You've got plenty, John.
Christian, you find your fair share. Like you found those a couple of sweet bloody player issues yourself. But yeah, it's true. He does find some. I mean, I got those Tism shirts through you that I showed off on one of the earlier lives. You bought a bunch of vintage shirts off this lady, and then she had a whole heap more, and you gave me you put a contact in our group chat, and because I saw the Tism ones, and I'm like, what? You didn't get those? And yeah, I got those. I got those and 4 others as well for like $15 each or something.
Didn't you pick up a Mambo lot recently too?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
huge
Mambo score. That just came from picking up a footy jumper and just asking the guy while in the garage, do you have any others? And he's like, oh, not footy stuff, but I've got these t-shirts, and proceeds to pull out massive tub of Mambo vintage surf, vintage band tees, and I'm just there like, nearly losing it inside, just trying to play it cool. I'm like, yeah, I'll be interested in those. What do you reckon? And then, yeah, so he ends up doing them for like $10 each.
Almost having a heart attack at the.
yeah, like I was just those times are crazy. So yeah, I scored majorly on those ones and ended up pulling. I can't even remember how much, but it was around nearly 30 odd t-shirts. Just from asking, do you have anything else?
Yeah,
I've already sold majority of all of those and just killed it. It was an amazing deal.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I've been good cross-listing heaps on Facebook and Gumtree. Do you sell much on Gumtree, Daniel? That'd be interesting, because I kind of feel like Gumtree's sort of pretty dead. Let's go. Yep.
I do okay on it, actually. Like, I do okay on it. I probably get about a deal a week.
Yeah. Oh no. What, selling on Gumtree? Oh, you mean buying?
Yeah, sourcing.
Yeah. No, I meant selling. He said he's been listing on Gumtree. Yeah. But yeah, you find a deal a week. That's actually pretty good. Like, yeah. I find I used to use Gumtree. I never used to have Facebook, so
it's definitely near as good as Facebook. Like, a lot of people have dropped off. So, but yeah, Facebook is super competitive at the moment. Oh my god, everyone's just caught on to it.
Yeah,
Clubhouse works too. Sorry guys, can you start the chat again? I've been too busy with sales and haven't been. Okay, nice. Gotta love some. Love Mambo. Any hang 10. It's just reminded me of something that's completely irrelevant to reselling. I was at my friend Carol's house, and she's got a 14-year-old daughter, and she had these. They lived down at the beach, and she had these 2 guys come over, like 14-year-old kids, and they're like, they got the blonde long hair, like they're surfer dudes or whatever. And they're about to leave, and they're like, "I'll see you later." And I'm like, "Hang 10." Just taking the piss out of them. And I think they thought I was serious. Didn't realize they just thought I was an old loser, which I kind of am. That's insane. Nice pick. Yeah, definitely. Sold a ping pong table on Gumtree. That's the sort of things you got to list on Gumtree, isn't it?
Yeah.
Big stuff. Good to see I'm not the only one whose eBay's gone nuts. Yeah, mine's going nuts too, but I've been listing way more than what I usually do. So I think I'm up to 52 for the weekend. I had 25 on Friday, 25 on Thursday. It's been nuts. It's been really
I've been
good.
having a break from listing and shit. I've gotten so many crazy units just inbox me at the moment. Like I've got clear photos. Can you please send me more photos, like of the condition? Shit like this. I can't believe how many fruitcakes I've had this weekend. Shit.
They're out.
Hit and miss. One lady was interested in some vintage sliding door Gainsborough handles. She was in the Barossa, so I forwarded her my eBay listing and she purchased it there. Nice. Nice work. Yeah, well, I've got you wearing a Harley Davidson shirt.
Yes.
I've got a whole bunch of them that are yours in my cupboard. You actually sent me the deal, and then I probably should have went and got it, to be honest, because it was a good deal. But I was just like I just said to you, like, if I buy them, they're going to sit there for fucking ages. So, do you want me to get them for you? And you're like, yeah, sure. So, what would you pay for them? 400?
It's been so long now. I think it was 200 for that deal. I think there's around about 25 t-shirts or something from memory.
Yeah. And I went there, and the guy had his mate there. I don't think I told you this. The guy had his mate there, and his mate's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm selling all my Harley shirts." And his mate's like, "Are they legit ones?" And he's like, "Yeah, I bought them like traveling around Australia." And he's like, "I barely wore any of them." Like, sweet.
Yeah, they all look, I went through the photos. They all look like, nice, clean, dead stock condition. So I'm looking forward to getting those eventually.
Yeah, well, I was actually going to see if you guys wanted to meet up this week, but if I'm getting the flu, might have to push it back. Also sold a bunch of Blu-rays for $120, had nothing into them, so it was good to get space back. Yeah, Blu-rays are all right to flog off. The shitty ones as a bulk lot.
Maybe you should tell us a bit about like looking out for like good Blu-rays versus shit Blu-rays, because there's so many shit Blu-rays. Just very briefly, have a little discussion, Wayno.
It's pretty hard. Like, you sort of just really, you kind of have to know the movies in a way. Like with the Blu-rays, like, so the ones that are really inconspicuous, is that the right word, are 90s movies. So like I can't even think of an example. I got one here. The Client. You just think it's not worth anything. I don't know what I've got this listed. It could be $12, so it could be nothing. But I have got it listed. So it's just a pretty run-of-the-mill 90s. If you had the DVD, you'd be lucky to get $3 for it. But yeah, they were sort of they were released early on with the Blu-rays, and they're not printed anymore. So I found some. I think I sold Broken Arrow. I think I had it listed for 35, and I took an offer of like 30, maybe 25, 30, something like that. So Broken Arrow, like the DVD, you wouldn't be able to get. You'd struggle to get $3 or $4 for that. But there's just not many of the Blu-ray around anymore because it's been out of print for so long. Quiz Show, that's another 90s movie. There's a lot of 90s movies that are just there's still plenty of this shit, but Kara. Quiz Show, $200. Really? That's nuts.
So there's different versions, is there?
Well, the Australian release, I mean, damn, I find it that that crazy, $200. But
It's silly how people will pay a difference for like different region codings and stuff, and especially with video games, talking Oz versus UK.
that's why I find that strange. $200. So region Blu-rays only have 3 regions, whereas DVDs have 6. So Europe in DVDs is a different region to Australia. Australia's by itself, but the Australian and Europe region is the same in Blu-rays. So you can buy whatever Blu-ray you want from the UK. It'll play in your Australian.
It'll work because it's
because they're all region B. So PAL and NTSC doesn't matter when it comes to DVDs and Blu-ray. It only
for that silly MA 15 plus sticker.
Yeah, PAL, and that's one thing people get mixed up on. PAL and NTSC does not matter for region coding. It only matters for the refresh rate of your TV, and all TVs these days have both. So if it says PAL or NTSC on it, it doesn't matter. You just got the region's the only thing that matters. So Broken Arrow 10, I haven't seen it for a long time, but I used to love it. Just sold DVDs and soccer jerseys this weekend. I think people are going to start getting their tax checks back soon too. 21 Jump Street's a solid 5mm Blu-ray. It probably is. Oh, okay. It's Australian only release. The quiz show. Wow, that's a fucking awesome movie too. That's surprising that it's not released anywhere else. Yeah, Moral Oral. That's the $400 DVD that I sold last year. We probably should get into show and tell because we're over halfway through the show. We were all just sort of scrambling to get something. So, Pete, do you want to go first?
Yeah, you sure? Mine are pretty like top notch. So I focus on video games, and I've got some bangers for you guys to look out for.
Yeah.
This one is like a $200 title, like 15. NBA 2K17.
We're all going to be rich now when we find those.
Just taking a piss. So Kel and I do op shopping. We have op shop dates usually once a week. Kel's my girlfriend, and she found these this week. How fucking sick are they? They've got white tabs. I didn't even know that docs come with white tabs. So shout out to Kel. That is not my proper show and tell. Reselling has got me into Lego and Doc Martens. How sick are these? I got these for my band. Like, I paid up for these, but these are Guitar Hero 5 promo Doc Martens.
That's cool.
I can't even believe I got them. Like, they're pretty rare. So,
you got them from the Oppie.
No. I paid up for them, but I paid up for them, but I'm just thought I'd share them.
Yeah, and so you said you got them for your band.
Yeah, I got them for my band. Yeah, what's that?
The Four Horsemen. There's 3 rock stars here amongst the Four Horsemen. I'm the other one that's not.
Not me. Not me.
Judd has been in a few bands. Pete's got a new band, been in a few bands. James does a bit of metal singing, don't you?
I do thrash metal. Yeah, I've been known to do some thrash metal on the weekends.
I thought you were actually being serious for a second. I was like, wait, what's going on here?
He's joking because I do the exact opposite. I do like I do some sort of singing, but it's like opposite from thrash metal.
Yeah.
It's very good though. I've heard it. It is very, very good.
Yeah, I've heard it as well. It's on YouTube. You're not going to Wimbledon tonight by any chance, are you?
Not tonight, no. It's nice.
We could elaborate a little further there, though. You did sing at the Australian Open, correct?
I did, yeah, I did. It's not something that I really talk about, but yeah, I have done a lot of stuff, a lot of TV work, working through Channel 9. Like the group that I have been in for like 10 years plus they're called the MGC, and we mainly do backing vocals. And so we get booked, through a lot of Channel 9 work, which means doing lots of celebrities that come out to Australia, basically. So we end up having to do their backing vocals, and there's like a core group of us that are like 10, but then sometimes there just might be a few of us that do something. It just depends. So that's been an interesting ride for the last 10 odd years, and so it's fun.
Cool.
I enjoy it.
Who's the
Who's
best?
the biggest name that you've supported?
Yeah.
Dropping that one on me. Gosh, I can't. I can't even think. It's like international artists that come. So I can't even rack my brain to think. Like all I'm thinking of now is like Michael Bublé, James Blunt. Who else has come? There's been lots. Yeah, like lots and lots of guys from overseas that come over. We end up doing their backing vocals. But yeah, but a lot of Aussie stuff too.
I had a fucked up dream about James Blunt last night. Like,
Really?
I can't believe you just said
Share or
James
not?
Blunt. Hey,
I said, do
I
you
had
want
a-
to share?
I had a like, get your mind out of the gutter.
No.
I had a dream that James Blunt released a heavy metal CD, and I was telling everyone how good it was. Like, what the like? I like James Blunt on like. You go to James Blunt's Twitter; it's fucking
He
hilarious.
also like Björk, so
Yeah, I do not like James Blunt's music. I can guarantee you that. But that's just so weird that you said that because I was just
That's
flipping
crazy.
me out. Could have flipped Mambo shirts mid-song.
That's true. Yeah, another platform for selling stuff.
All right. So let's peek. What do you got for us, James?
Oh, me. Mine's just hanging up. I didn't know what to get as well, but just this one because I love vintage stuff. So that's kind of an area that I've really sort of niched into, like getting the whole Bjork t-shirt, bringing it back to that. That was the one that really got me hooked into it, basically. Just to think stuff like that can be worth so much money and people pay for this stuff. It was just insane. But yeah, so this one is 93 Madonna sweater pullover from the Girly Show. And it's on an awesome tag, the Haynes tag. And this one is because it came from a garage sale. And I don't, it's something I don't really do. Just having kids, I don't get to go to garage sales because I'm always with them pretty much in the mornings, whatever. And I just happened to go to this garage sale and grab this one, which was amazing find. And I grabbed like heaps of other stuff as well, some games.
I think like with garage sales as well, is like everything's so far apart in Australia compared to America. Like you see them like constantly getting stuff here and there and then going to like things like bloody in Australia, you have to drive from one suburb to the next. But when you do go, you get freaking good finds like that.
Yeah, that's my hit rate. Like literally I've done one garage sale this year, and that was it.
Yeah.
I don't get. It's only like when it happened to be like somewhere driving past and just drop in whatever randomly.
Yeah.
So it's something I really got to do and utilize. I know, Juddo, you're a bit more over the garage sale scene.
All the
so
thirsty Ballarat
you'll do it
blokes
there.
early in the morning.
Oh, we go in there.
Fucking
Let's go,
nasty.
boys. Let's go.
Yeah,
Get away from my records and hammers.
I
That's a good
have
thing about it, though. Most of the old boys down here, they're looking for tools and shit. So
Oh, that's
everyone will be sitting at the door, and yeah, vinyl records is probably the number one thing that gets tracked down at garage sales, but they all go straight for the tools. So
the
that
only
is
thing
a
I don't
bonus
like.
for me.
The only thing I don't like about garage sales is how thirsty everyone is there. Like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Jesus
It's,
Christ, kill your fucking
it gets your
tits.
adrenaline going. If you get like social anxiety and claustrophobia and a lot of those sort of things, they're probably not the best place to be because you can get some real winners at garage sales, climbing over you, trying to get to stuff, pushing around. There's some real dickheads out there. But I don't know, if you want to be there, you just got to deal. You got to suck it up and do it, don't you? So. Yeah. And I try to make garage selling enjoyable. So I don't go in there, I've got other ways to source. I source other ways. I try and make this as like a hobby. Same as thrifting. It's, if I go in and I don't get anything, it was a day out. I had a bit of fun hunting. If I get something, bonus. That's my mentality around it. But whereas there's a lot of the guys that do it here locally, they sell at the markets and stuff. That is the only way they really source. So they have to get deals. So they're in there swinging elbows and just being absolute clowns. And, that's all they've sort of got. So if I'm going in with that mentality, it makes me feel better about myself anyway. That's just how I look at it.
Yes.
And like you said, it's all old guys looking for tools and stuff. It's the same around here. And like my mate Jace and his missus, they're resellers here in Traralgon. They came round here yesterday and he said, "Oh, did you go out to the garage sales this morning?" And I said, "No, I haven't been for bloody months." And he went to one yesterday morning. He didn't get there till 10:30, so it's like that's pretty much the end of the day when it comes to garage sales. He bought 52 DVD box sets for $1 each. Most of them were Blue Healers and All Saints.
Wow.
And it's like they sat there for hours. And I was like, fuck, maybe I should start going back out. But yeah, and she ended up. He said that she ended up saying to him, "Oh, it's $30, okay?" Like she didn't even charge him $1 each. But he's like, "Yeah."
Pretty good.
One guy take a camera out of my pile last weekend.
You take a tooth out of his face?
Yeah. I feel like bashing up old men. Ye oldie dealers. You said you can't go out, James, because you got kids. I got Nelson. I just put him outside, make sure he's got a clean bucket of water and a toy to play with.
You reckon I should do the same?
So, it works for me. I don't see why it wouldn't work for you.
Same. Yeah, just there you go. Chuck them out there. Yeah. Yes, it's a challenge. I'm not saying it's not doable, but yeah, it's a challenge. I'm sure Judder can relate in the whole kids side of things.
Yeah.
They can be a pain in the ass. We'll just put it straight.
Yes.
They're good fun, but they can be a pain in the ass.
They're lovely. They're lovely, but they can, yes. Just wait till number 2 comes along, mate.
That's why it's good being uncle. That's what I always say. That's why it's good being uncle. You just get to go home at the end of the day. Charlie, what do you got for us?
Oh yeah, I didn't come prepared because I got home about 5 minutes beforehand. I picked up a bit of a deal today, so I'll show that off. If I can get them over here. So I've got some little dead kids in coffins. A few living dead dolls here. So anyone that does follow me on YouTube would have seen these on my channel a few times now, but I got lucky enough to actually pick these up on Facebook today. So somebody had a bunch of them sitting there, and I've been sort of grabbing a few. So they were sealed. A couple more sealed there. And then a few that are still got their coffins, but they are loose. So I also have a 50-litre tub here. Oh, fuck, they're going everywhere, full of them. So I am a big fan of these things. They're not, I wouldn't say a fast mover. The collecting sort of spaces, not huge. But they can go for really good money, some of them. Some of the earlier and mid runs of these, they are just really hard to get because, once again, as I said, not heaps of people collect them. It's not like video games or, certain things like that, the vinyl records where there's still a lot in circulation. There was only, when these were released, and these aren't vintage, they're anywhere between 5 to 10 years old, there was only a certain amount released because not many people were buying them up. So now when people want to buy them, they can be, particular ones can be really hard to get. So there's one that I had on my Instagram the other day that I sold, which was Bloody Mary. And I got about $160 plus ship for her, and she was out of box. So she wasn't even sealed because, people just want that particular one. So these things are hard to comp to. I would highly recommend not going off eBay sold listings if you are trying to comp out a living dead doll, because sometimes people auction certain ones and they go for really, really shit prices. So I've actually bought a lot on eBay for, say, $80 and then sold them for $200, $250 because, once again, the collector market isn't huge. So they might not be actually looking to bid on that particular item for another 2 weeks, which is when I've listed it as buy it now. So I would never base an actual price on the sold listings if it's low, and same with high, because there might only be one person that would actually pay that. So a good way to try and price it is join Facebook groups or Reddit or one of those for collectors and actually get the collector's perspective. Just say, look, I've got these and, I've had them for a while. If you want to talk shit to collectors, talk shit to them. If you want to tell them the truth, whatever, and ask their opinion. What would these be sort of roughly worth now? And just see what comes in on it, because you can just not judge these on majority of them, especially the ones that there's only one or two sold. You really can't judge that on eBay. It's too hard because it just fluctuates in the space of 12 months. You can have something that's sold for 300 also sold for $70 at an auction. So, but yeah, they're fun. They're creepy as shit. And yeah, I picked up another 10 today, and I was lucky enough to get 6 or 7 of them last week. So I got living dead dolls crawling out of my ass. So, and I'm not complaining with that.
Nice.
Sweet. Well, we've got mine, and I've just sort of realised that it's I'm an idiot. The reason I was the same as Jada. 3 minutes before we went live, I was like, "Shit, I haven't got me show and tell." So I just grabbed this bag that's been sitting here for a couple. Hey,
I said, sounds like you.
yeah, it's sitting here for a couple months, and I just picked it up. This was actually a deal that one of you guys sent in the group chat. I can't remember who. It was $50. It was in Druin, which is 40 minutes away from here, but I was in Melbourne, so I was already on the way home.
Oh, sure.
The reason I'm an idiot is I can't talk about the stuff in here because I actually don't know anything about it. This is like Judda's category. A screenshot in here. Another one. Like I literally haven't looked in here since I got this. There's all these Mighty Max. Is that what they're called?
Yeah, that's definitely Butter's area. All that stuff.
A bit of Mighty Max. The old Scorpion there.
Yeah, that's cool.
So there's like a whole bag of this stuff, and it was $50.
Very good deal.
And
I think James hooked up with that one. I think James found that, didn't you?
From memory, yeah, I think I forwarded that one on. Yeah.
I actually felt a bit bad because I went there to pick it up, and the mum was there with the kid, and they were his toys, and I gave her the $50, and like he was blown away with the $50. She's like, "Yeah, what's that?" Like, and he's like, "Look," and I was just like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna make so much money off you, kid." Well, whatever this is that a Mighty Max as well?
Never seen it.
There's another one.
Yeah, that's one.
I sold him today, Wayno, Cyclops. Actually sold that one this morning, yeah.
What did it go for?
I got 35 plus ship, and it was incomplete. I had the eye that goes in it and the max, but there's I can't remember what the other. There's another little creature that's meant to go with it, and I didn't have him, so I still got the 35. He used to get through COVID. That one actually was selling incomplete for around $80. I remember copping 80 for that, and that's Mighty Max has dropped off a lot with some of those, but if you wait, they'll still sell.
There's a whole heap of little shit in there, so I don't know anything about it. I have to look it all up. So, but I thought I'd shut off because it was one of the deals that I got like through our group chat, and it really does work well, doesn't it? The group chat that we've got, a lot of resellers don't want to help other resellers. It's just like helping each other just makes so much more sense.
Well, you can't have eyes on like marketplace 24/7. You can't be everywhere. So I think it just kind of just naturally progressed because we were all talking to each other individually, which I'm sure other people do out there. And it's just because we are in different locations of Victoria, like Jada's West Country, your East Country, and then Pete's West Metro.
Keep an eye on both different sides. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, James helped me out with the deal today. Like, was just gonna pick up this Xbox, and like just as organizing, he sent me something. I'm like, motherfucker, just organize something. Anyway, he got me some Nintendo 64 games, and I went there and I asked for more. And I managed to find a VHS player for the first time. Actually, I've found a few, but this little shit has made it so difficult to find them. As long as I change, I blame you guys because I don't find them anymore. Still found one, so I'm right.
Pete reckons that me and Judd are like talking about stuff on YouTube like fucks it for everyone.
Oh, well, I've definitely noticed a drop off in the amount of VHSs I find in this thrift. I used to find them all the time, same as Guitar Heroes. Now I just don't find them, man. I don't know whether it's just been you two, a combination of you two, or the fact that just people have just been binging watching stuff during lockdown. Because legit, I don't find them anymore.
Well, see, I have a theory on this, and it's the same with DVD lots. Once someone gets rid of it, they can't get rid of it again. So once everyone's gotten rid of all their VCRs, for dirt, like they don't know what they're worth. So they've had a clean out. They've chucked their VCR out for $10 or whatever. They don't have another one next year. So, like as time goes on, there's going to be less and less of them.
Yeah.
Like, and that's where it comes down to like what we're talking about, James, how he's very good at learning different things. That's where you kind of just go with the market. Well, these things were selling really good for me, and I'm like that myself, whether it be within my niche. Things that, like I just said about that Cyclops, 12 months ago, I could sell that little bastard for $80. Now it took me bloody 3 months to sell him for 35. It just changes whether it be the buyers or the people either donating or selling it. There's always that change, and if you give yourself the ability to sort of change with it and not be sort of set in ways. And so I'm pretty stubborn in that sense, like I have in the past been set in ways, and it's only probably the last 12 months where my eyes have opened up to new things and I've started pushing myself to learn new markets and stuff like that. It's sort of, I'm starting to see that flow. But yeah, as like when you said the VCRs and stuff, I've actually only ever found one in a thrift, I think. And like I used to sell them a lot. Like all the ones I'd find were either, a random marketplace one here or there, but garage sales every time. Like people just sell them for next to nothing because they think they're worth nothing.
Probably the places you find them as well. Like at garage sales, you probably find them a bit more, but like definitely at like thrift shops and like markets and stuff, there's been a drop off in both. Like I saw this like kid the other day walking out with a Guitar Hero, and I was like, oh, that wouldn't have happened ages ago. That would have been me. But you're probably right. The market does change, man. Like, there's definitely a drop off in certain things, though.
Yeah, I would add that. So if you're finding less of them, then that you could look at it as a positive, because on my business brain or corporate brain, it comes down to always supply and demand. And you guys would have heard that all the time. So if there is getting less supply, then that demand's going to grow. So if you're finding them less, then it could be positive. So that's I think what we're all in that business. We're all in that trying to source out something that has less supply and more demand. We're looking for that sell-through rate on eBay. So I think that's probably something good to mention as well. Is that a lot of us can be chasing the same thing, but we're not looking at that supply and demand. We're not going through and looking at that sell-through rate. We could be getting things that are like got thousands of listings and the sell-through is not there. So that's something that I've really honed in on and learned over the years, and I think we all are. But it's easy to forget sometimes. Do you know what I mean? Like, it really comes down to that supply and demand all the time.
Yeah.
And the hype with stuff on social media too. I mean, there's plenty of accounts there, not just whether it be YouTube or even just the Facebook groups. Like, it makes me sort of laugh sometimes, like how crazy people go for the Mambo Louds and stuff. But that copped a lot of hype throughout the Facebook group, and a couple of people have picked them up on YouTube or whatever. So people pick up on that. Someone else will find one, they'll share it, and it just gets so much hype around it. So then all of a sudden, when people are trying to scope out deals on Facebook, everyone's looking for gaming shit all the time. Everyone's looking for vintage T-shirt deals, but then they're looking for that Mambo Loud. I remember, like years ago, there was like the Live Aid DVD sort of thing. A couple of people got onto them, and everyone went nuts for them. And I think the price of those has dropped off a lot too, you know, and it gets all that hype from the social media. But that's when I'm always sort of thinking, well, you know, so many people are starting to get that. It builds that hype, and everyone's advertising for those things. Every second reseller's got an ad out trying to buy video games and all that sort of stuff. But then that's when I think, well, where am I thinking outside the box for something that nobody's talking about, but I'm confident every single time it'll go for good money, whether it as old beer cans, whether it's lighting, whether it's a Living Dead doll, you know. There's no hype around. There's so many products out there that sell for really, really good money, and they can sit on Facebook for months, and there's no hype around it, you know. And yeah, a lot of it comes down to that too. It's just whether it be those groups, Instagram. So many people are putting out great content and sharing the good finds, but when I notice when you see a streak of a few people get them, then that's when they start, you know, a lot of hype around it, and people are excessively scouting pages looking for those particular items.
Yeah.
So,
Very true.
Should keep my mouth shut about vintage bookshops because I'm finding less and less now too. When I went to Savers on Friday, they had a bloody AFL pair. I think they were from Best and Less. They had $8.50 on them. Like, what the fuck?
Never bought it.
Christian's caused the spike.
They sell straight away. Like I've listed I got one pair listed at the moment that hasn't sold straight away. Quite a few people watching it, but the other pairs that I've had that I've listed just sell straight away. It's crazy. I don't know. Like, I don't understand it. Like, they're used. Like, people buying them. I don't understand if people are buying them to wear them.
No, maybe it's one of those stories or one of those creepy buyers.
They're used underwear. Like, what the fuck? Salvos now sell their electronics on the eBay account. Very rare to find them in a store.
Oh, Salvo's store is so like shit. They just price things like eBay now. Like occasionally you'll get decent deals. But like I can't believe it. Like they'll have things up there for like months and months, exactly priced at eBay, expecting it to sell. You don't get it.
A vintage He-Man sleeping bag yesterday. It saves $4. Nice. I can't find any dead babies in coffins anymore.
Oh, you might have to ask Judder.
Yeah.
Been heaps down here lately.
Yeah.
Local Vinnies has increased their prices to the point of charging a $50 entry charge. I went to the Vinnies in Langatha the other day, and in one of my earliest videos, so it would have been last year, I showed that they got a deck of Canasta cards. Canasta is the card game that I play with my mates once a week on a Wednesday night. It's a vintage deck of cards. It's worth about $5. Like, that's what it's worth. And they have $50 on it. And they've had it there for so long. And I went in there the other day and it's reduced to $30. It's still way overpriced. Catch you later, Chris. Keep rocking, folks. Good luck with the hunt and sales. Catch up soon, man. We finished the show and tell, didn't we? I got some A-rated A's. There's not many, so we'll go through them pretty quick, and then we'll wrap up. The disgruntled octopus put in the 4 horsemen. Falls Creek Flips hasn't put an overrated or underrated. He just wants to know scrunch or fold. That's Bowden. I'm a folder. Blocks up the toilet if you scrunch.
Yeah, no, I'm just scruncher. I think, you know, all those crinkly bits get up in all the little different orifices and drag it out. Better than a cat's tongue.
Yes. Lovely.
Low-key Kelly, is this your missus, Pete?
Yeah, that's my girlfriend, yeah.
She put in taking your girlfriend to the op shop for a date.
Yeah, totally. I'm a classy man.
Last cheap date. I got a couple that I just made up myself because we didn't. That's all we had. That's literally all we had from asking people. So if people see the overrated or underrated suggestions, please try to think of something. Even if it's shit, just try to think of something to put in so I don't have to make my own up. Because I'm lazy. I've got one here. Donkey Kong Country, overrated or underrated?
Oh, that is. I don't even know. That's such an iconic game. So you couldn't call it either. Like that is a fantastic game. I wouldn't
It's
call it
underrated. Underrated. And I was thinking about it yesterday, actually. I was playing Mario Kart on the Switch with Eli, and we did the Donkey Kong level, and the music started playing, and I just got so much happiness and joy went through my body hearing that, and I just wanted to play it on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Good game. Good game.
I played-
Underrated. Better
I
than
played
Mario.
Death
I
on
just
the
had a
Switch.
look through solds before, and I'm pretty sure I saw a sold box set of 1, 2, and 3 for like $850. I was like, shit.
Wow.
Nick Kyrgios, any of you guys tennis fans, apart from singing at the tennis?
Yeah, like it, but yeah, just not following it.
I was thinking about staying up tonight to watch it, but I'm getting the flu, so I probably won't now. But I think he'll just get beat anyway.
I think he's
So,
good. He's just a fucking dickhead,
That's the problem, isn't it? Like, he just acts like a tool, and it's like, oh, he's fucking awesome to watch. Like, he's a really good player. If he could keep his temper in check, he'd probably be an even better player. But
It's just a trend for Australian male tennis players. They have fucking attitude issues.
Yeah.
The good ones, anyway.
Bring back Pat Rafter, I say.
I ain't got time for folding. The fuck. You don't know comfort until you fold triple ply. You barely even need to fold triple ply, do you?
Yeah. Love that triple ply.
Complaining on Facebook reseller groups about eBay Oz post fees. Over or underrated?
To be fair, Australia Post are pretty greedy. Like, I'm just going to say that straight out.
Well, yeah, but they're running a business and stuff, so, I mean, there's no point. Like, I don't feel like
there's increment every year.
He's talking about people that complain about it. I just don't, like, what can you do? There's no point whinging about it or holding on to it and carrying it with you. Like, if you can't
there's nothing you can do about it.
So, just move on and deal with it. That's all we got. So we will wrap up. Good to finally get yous on. I can't believe we finally did it. So
we'll do it again in 18 months.
Sorry.
We'll do it again in 18 months. But we'll start in 6.
Yeah.
start promoting in 6 months and yes, work it out to 2 years. But yes, I guess the thing to say, I would say, is like networking is key, and I think that's what the Four Horsemen is about.
Yeah. You're the king of networking, mate.
Yeah. It's been like I've been in sales all my life, so that's what it's about. Networking. I'm not a great communicator, like I'll say that, but I just talk to people and I just be friendly and be nice. It never hurts to be nice and just talk to people because I'm a big believer in you get back what you put out. So I think that's what this is, the Four Horsemen. This is just us, putting out because we genuinely want to help. And it feels great. Like if I find Pete a deal, I find Jutta a deal, and you actually get it and everyone's winning. I just love that everyone can win. So that's what it's all about for me. Yeah.
It's just added so many positives to my business from you guys, like whether it be, and I encourage anyone, if you do have people, you don't have to be in the same area as such. It's just to have a small sort of group chat. And like Wayno said, we're in quite a few, and some of them are pretty large and they can get out of control after a while. But ours is pretty, set. We do chat. We do have a bit of banter and muck around and whatnot. But generally, we are always sort of helping each other. We all have different knowledge in different areas. We can brainstorm among each other. If a deal is good for somebody, there could be a deal locally here where, one of you would generally go, there you go, get it. They'd inbox the person and have it actually already hooked up and say, just let me know when you can go there. Or if it's something they want for themselves, well, I can go and pick that up for them and post it to them. So they still get that deal rather than having to travel all the way down here. So it kind of works both ways. If you need someone to pick something up, and you can just work together. So you're not just getting getting deals. You're not just getting deals for other people. You're building your knowledge base, but you're also creating friendships. And like, if it wasn't for the whole reselling space, the community and whatnot, we wouldn't have met each other through these social media platforms and now have good friendships. And in the flesh, I've never met any of you, but I talk to you nearly every day, and we've just learned a lot from each other. We've built each other's businesses. And yeah, it's a fantastic thing to have. And I'd encourage anyone that sort of has a little group that is starting to get pretty tight, and whether you're in the same area or the other side of Australia or the globe, it's just handy to have it. And then you just got people where you don't have to post in the Facebook groups, because some people, they'll post in the Facebook group and then you get know-it-alls in there telling you you're wrong and this and that. And, it's kind of frustrating to see sometimes, or someone will ask a genuine question. They'll be in there for help, and they may only been reselling for a few months, so they don't know, but they're getting laugh emojis at it, or someone trolling them, taking the piss out of them, when it's not really necessary, because you got to learn somehow, don't you? And that's why I particularly don't like posting in groups like that, because there is a lot of negativity. But when you get sort of a little group chat around people that you become close with, there's a lot of positive to come out of it, and a lot of positivity. And even if you are new or you are clueless, like, there could be some dumb shit that I'd say around video games. I've got no idea, but Pete knows them back to front because he collects them. He's right into it, and he's done it for so long. But I think it's a very, very big advantage if you can set something up like that for yourself and with a few friends, for your business, and just for your own peace of mind and just growing yourself. It's a fantastic thing to have. And I appreciate you boys. Good fellas.
Yeah, like, I couldn't have said it better. Like, I'd totally recommend it for other people. One thing's for certain, though, if you're going to be in a group chat with me and Judder, you're going to have the piss taken out of you on the regular.
Yes. Guaranteed.
That's pretty much all we do, is take the piss. And yeah, this little group chat that we've got, I'm the arsehole of the group chat, because
I don't know about that.
I just get deals sent to me because I never actually look at fucking Facebook myself. So I'm the one, I get deals sent to me, but I barely ever send it.
Few deals as well, man. Like, you've bought a couple of deals down my way. There's a couple
I know. It's just been lately. Lately, I just have not looked at all. Like, I went through that period where
it's a bit dry because of the time of year as well. So that's, as you said, like, the market fluctuates before. You've got to remember that as well. So, yeah.
Rule one in life: don't be a cunt.
Well, sorry, I don't think any of us passed for that.
I always say at the end of my videos, look after yourself, be kind. And I say those because I think they're the two things that people forget to do. Just in general, not like talking about reselling community or whatever. Just in general, people. Hey,
did you say be an asshole?
Yeah. Look after yourself and be kind. Too many people work their ass off; they don't look after themselves. And too many people they are assholes. Like, someone might accidentally pull out in front of you. And you go off, like, people will go off at them, and it's like, yeah.
I did that the other day while I was on the
phone. Just got some terrible news, and they're thinking about it. Like, just anything could have happened to that person that, cut you off, or that person that was rude to you down the street, like, or whatever. Who cares? Just move on. Be nice to people. If they're a legit cunt, fuck, give it to the right. I gave it to a guy. I don't do road rage at all. Never. I don't even get angry when people do shit. I just roll my eyes. I was waiting to pull into a park. This guy came from the other direction. Like, I had to give way. I gave way to him to be polite. Like, I could have just cut across. He had his window down. I had my window down because it was hot. So it was a few months ago now. And he rolled up and he looked at me and he just went like that, and he pulled into the park. And I fucking gave it to him out the window. I fucking gave it to him. And then I drove about 20 meters, and there was another park, and I pulled in, and he had to walk past me in the street. And I stopped. I stopped, and I just gave it to him in front of everyone down the street. And I don't ever do that sort of shit. It was just like, he legit just looked at me, did not give a fuck, and took it. So... yeah, be nice to people, but don't take any shit.
Man up yourself.
Yeah. All right, we'll wrap up. Thanks heaps, guys, for coming on, finally making it happen. It was awesome. Thanks everyone for watching. Again, we had quite a few in the chat again tonight, so it's been awesome. We will see everybody next week.
Yes.
Bye.
See you guys.
All right.